Hi guys, my name is Joseph Curry and I am the editor in chief of Tech Labari. So today I'm going to give you just a quick deep dive on our new data platform called Labari Insights. So I'll be taking you to some of the sections that we have, how to sign up and access the data, and just going through various points of the platform. So currently I'm signed in as my own account. So currently what we have is a home page. It lets you see what we have. So sign up is free at the moment. So when you go on the website, the home page, you will see a sign up option. Let me just quickly show that at the moment so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is the Labari Insights homepage. It basically tells you what the whole site is about, what you can access, how it works, and just showing you what we have as far as our catalog at the moment. And there's some FAQs in case you want to know what everything is about. So all you have to do to access everything is just go to the sign up portion. It's sign up, and all you have to do is just sign up for a free account. So you just put in your name, your email address, your password, you agree to the terms, and you just hit sign up. Once you sign up or sign in, it's pretty easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly show you how to sign in once you have logged an account. So again, I'm just going to enter my email address and then my password. And I quickly sign in. Oops, wrong password. Get that phone. There we go. Quickly, yeah. So basically that's it. So once you're signed in, you can access all the data points. So currently what we have on our platform at the moment is a couple of components. We have the tech ecosystem directory. That's basically a directory of tech ecosystems in Africa. Currently we have Ghana on board, we have Cote d'Ivoire, and coming soon we're going to have Nigeria and Kenya. We have African podcasts, which is basically a directory of African podcasts on the continent. We have Women in Tech in Africa. There's notable personalities who are women who are contributing to the tech ecosystem in Africa. We have a list of reports on technology in Africa. And we have an upcoming database called VC firms, which basically is just give you a list of venture capital firms and funds who basically help fund some startups in Africa. So you can access the site from the homepage, or you can go to the side navigation. And here we have our data sections. We have an about, just showing you what the website's about. We have a help section, the homepage, which is what you're seeing right now, and we can visit TechLabari, which is our news platform to get all the news. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the tech ecosystem directory at the moment. So I just click on that, and here you have our ecosystem directory. So like I said before, we have the Ghana tech directory, the Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, and Kenya. But what we're going to look at now is the Ghana directory. So we're just going to look at that. So when you click on that, you're going to see just basically an overview of what's in the directory at the moment. So as you can see, you just have a list of tech companies at the moment. Right now we have 200 plus tech companies who have all raised just estimated figure about $500 million over the past couple of years, and just showing that we have 60 plus technology hubs in Ghana. So we're going to look at what we have as our database. So the best way to filter all the data out is basically use the search bar or the filters below. So what you can do from here is you can search by the name of the tech company you're looking for, or you can use the category filter. So you can just scroll down, seeing the companies we have in all these like little cards. And if you want to see more, you just hit the more button, and it gives you just basically more content. But like I said before, there's 200 plus companies in this directory, so we can just scroll through all of them. So if you want, you can just filter through. So we have a bunch of filters here. You can filter by agriculture startups, blockchain startups, crowdfunding startups, data startups, drone companies, edtech, energy, you name it. So we have all that on the list. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to just basically go and look at the fintech startups that we have currently at the moment. So as I filter fintech, now you can see all the companies in our fintech section. So we have Accrue, Affinity, Bamboo, Bizomani, Bima, Boost, Bleen, Bitsika, and just filtering that out. So yes, it's a lot of companies at the moment. So what if you want to just maybe filter out one company, or you have a company in mind you just look for? So you just come, now that everything is filtered for finance, you can just say, I want to find the company I'm looking for. Maybe you want to look for Flutterwave, for instance. So you can just start typing and it automatically filters out and gives you the company. So if you want to see the details of Flutterwave, you just click on View Details, and just is going to show you the details of the company. So what happens is you see the company details, is showing you the title, the company's mission and what it's trying to do. It also shows you the category, the company HQ. So Flutterwave is currently based in Nigeria. You can see the founders or CEO represented here. You can also see the services offered. So you can see Flutterwave offers e-commerce, virtual cards, lending, and also payments. You have the website, which is clickable. You can also see if the company has any female founders from our database. And right now it's represented by zero. And you can also see what year the company was founded in. Another section below that is basically seeing the companies or the countries, sorry, that Flutter have expanded to. So here we see they've expanded to Ghana, Rwanda, South Africa, Kenya, Mauritius, Uganda, Zambia. And you can see which funding stage you're currently at if they receive funding. So we can see that Flutterwave is currently at a Series D stage. And so far, they've raised about $475 billion. And these are some of the investors that they've brought on board. So yeah, that's basically it. So what this is useful for is basically just kind of doing research on your own, just seeing who's the players in Ghana at the moment. And like I said before, you can basically do your own research. You can go to our database of Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria is coming soon, and Kenya. So once this is completed, you will see this be available and free to use. So what we're going to explore next is another section called Tech Events. So this section is basically about curating tech events and conferences based in Africa. Again, the best way to search through this database is if you want to, you can just filter by the category of events. You can filter by country or location. So different events in all countries. Here right now we have Egypt, Ghana, Kenya, Liberia, and you can filter it by month. So you can get all the events that are happening in September or in October, November, December. And as we continue to fill the list, you probably see next year in January, February as well. So if you want to maybe see exactly what the details of each conference are, you can go to one. So we're going to go to the Moonshot event by TechAbout, and you can see the categories of diversified events. So they have different, sectors coming on board, whether it's fintech or some of the companies. And you can see where it's located, and you can see the date, specifically the date of the event. So we're going to click on View Details right now. So once I click on View Details, it gives me just a quick summary overview of what the event is about at the top. Gives me the location, like I said, and also it gives me the sector, when the event started, and also, more importantly, gives me the URL for the website. Over the next couple of, days or months, we'll keep building this out to be more expansive and give you more details about the event, whether it's a free event, whether it's a paid event, and give you more details for you to filter through. So yeah, this could be your one-stop shop for just seeing what events are available in the African continent in case you want to attend. And like I said, you can filter it by month. So I want to see what's happening in the month of November. So you can see all the events, and you can even see the location. And you can even filter it by, say, you want to see what's happening in South Africa in November. You filter that out, and you can see the two events here. Of course, over time, we'll be adding more events as we get more knowledge. So that basically covers the events section. And now we're going to go and look at the Africa podcast section. Podcasts are growing to go and field in the African continent. Most companies or people are kind of putting together more podcasts for different sectors. So what we've done in this section is we have a directory of podcasts, what we call original recorded podcast. That's basically a host or co-host getting in a room and recording, original type events. We don't necessarily do radio events that are later transitioned to podcast. We do original shows. So we have a whole database here. that's featuring podcasts from different countries, and we categorize them by different fields. So you can see there's pop culture, sports, or just see the top here: crime, comedy, design, finance, food, interviews, LGBT, politics, you name it. So we have all the categories here. We also have countries. Currently, we have podcasts from Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa. So again, you can filter all this and see what's you have on board, and more importantly, you can even maybe even view the detail. So I'm gonna select one specific country. Let's go to Nigeria, and we see the list of podcasts populated. So let's see what cocktails and takeaways is about. So I click on View More Details, and I get kind of an overview of what this podcast is about. So we can see here, it's a fun podcast, all about oversharing, popular opinion, for relationships, lighthearted banter, you name it. So it gives you a quick overview, the category section, the country, and of course, more important, the podcast link. So again, over time, as we build out this platform, we'll give you more details as far as average length of podcast, co-host, and everything else. Just trying to give you more data, more information about podcasts. So yeah, again, you can also, as on the previous page, you can filter out by podcast name or category. So maybe I want to look at this podcast. And as you type in, of course, it's going to give you kind of a breakdown of, or give you the podcast that we have currently. So we have Sincerely Curl. I typed with since, and it just gave me that information. So yeah, that covers basically our podcast section. We're going to go into reports now. So reports is basically us curating reports that we've gotten over the years. Sometimes it's hard to, get a one-stop shop when it comes to reports across the continent. So what we've done is we've kind of created a whole database just to capture all the reports that we find from Tech Labari or even other external sources. So as you can see, we have a list of reports here. So one report here is the state of cross-border B2B payments in Africa and its impact on trade. So we can see you put in the year name and just to make sure what when the podcast when the report was put out. So when we click on one of these options, we can see what the report covers. So you can see that this report covers forces shaping intra and extra Africa trade and the latest trends in cross-border B2B payments. So we have the report release date, and more importantly, we have the report URL. So when you click on this report, it will take you to the report itself for you to read or just browse through. So yeah, you can even filter by categories. So over time, we'll build more filters, whether it's by dates and year or other categories. And maybe some reports might be paid, some reports might be free, but we'll categorize everything and make sure that you have all the details or information that you need. So yeah, that basically covers all the reports here. And lastly, we're going to cover women in tech in Africa. So if you want to be doing a study or research about, gender diversity in Africa as far as tech, this is a pretty good database to utilize for your research. So what we have here is basically a database of women across Africa in different countries, covering different sectors, and just giving a brief profile of what they do. So as you can see, we have our whole database list here. Again, I think there's about 100 plus personalities on this database. You can just see more to see in the entire list. But again, the search section is your friend. So you can either search by the name of the personality you're looking for or by their company name. Or again, you can use the filter function, either by sector or by country. So maybe you want to find people who are in the EV sector, you want to find who's in the health sector, or maybe you just want to see list of women in Ghana who are contributing to tech. So let's click on Ghana to see who's on the data, or who's in the database. So we have a bunch of women here contributing to different sectors. So again, it's categorized by sectors: nonprofit, telecommunications, media, artificial intelligence, stuff like that. So let's click on one information or one detail. So we're going to look at Esther Sowa, who is in the telecommunications sector in Ghana. So we click on more details. So it gives you the profile of Estelle. So you see Estelle's a businesswoman in Ghana. She is the current C Squared Ghana country manager, and she used to work formerly for Google Ghana. So we see the company name she's working for. We have the business info of the company. We have the country, of course. We have the role she's currently at, the telecommunication sector, which she's at, and more importantly, the company URL in case you want to look more for that. Of course, some people may have or be working for more than one company, but we'll kind of put the main one they're at. Of course, in the future, we'll kind of divide it more by their second or third job that they're doing. So that covers the basic features of Tech Labari Insights. Yeah, so this is what we're working on at the moment. We're kind of building this out. This is currently in beta form, as you can see from the logo here, but we will be adding more data over time to kind of build out this kind of one-stop shop for everything that you need. Soon we'll be releasing the VC firm database, and we're also working on a new regulator database. That's basically if you go in a specific country, maybe you want to be a fintech, you want to know who the regulators are. We'll kind of give off that data points for you to see who's in different countries, whether it's Ghana, Nigeria, if you do your research. So yeah, that's basically it. Like I said, you can basically go to labaridata.software.app to just view or just sign up and see what the information we have. And hopefully you like what you see. So yeah, thank you for watching and have a good one.